What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode 6 of my podcast. Wow, hard to believe it's already episode 6. Time sure does fly when you work on something every day. In today's podcast, I want to talk again about the legendary, infamous man, Andrew Tate, who has been blowing up lately. Because yesterday I watched the first episode of his Hustlers University. And because I'm curious, I had originally watched his course on how to start a webcam girl business, like an OnlyFans business, not to actually star in the OnlyFans, but how to recruit girls, how to basically build a cam girl business. And I remember it being very thorough in terms of like how to actually do it. Like you could tell that he knew what he was doing. And not only that, I really enjoyed his no BS explanations. Like, you know me, I'm a fan of no BS explanations. And he also does the no BS explanations, but the way that he does it is like he's kind of an asshole about it. I try not to be an asshole. But to be fair, I understand why somebody like that would be frustrated trying to explain the same thing over and over to people who do not understand. It's a common problem that I've noticed that coaches have, is that they kind of hate their students. It's like they've explained the same thing over and over a million times, and like people don't get it. So when the 5,000th student asks them the same question that they get every single time, they don't realize that to that student it's a new question, but because they've heard that question 5 billion times. So he doesn't pull any punches, basically is what I'm trying to say. Now, I managed to get my hands on a copy of Hustlers University. And I was like, let's see what this shit's all about. Let's see what the hype is about. Because, you can call people fake gurus if you want, but I believe that if somebody gets enough traction, that there has to be, like, what they're saying has to resonate with a lot of people on some level. So I believe that they're like, you could kind of say that every lie has a little bit of truth to it. I don't know. That's not really every super hyped person has a little bit of quality information to give. So anyway, I was watching this first hour-long, installment of Hustlers University, and basically what it is 100 business lessons that he's learned in his 15 years like in the workforce. And what kind of hooked me right away was that the first thing that he said is that he had a sales background. He's like, I have a sales background, commission-only sales. Like, I've had all kinds of jobs, but the most important job I ever had was the sales job because it taught me how to sell. And if you learn how to sell, you'll always be okay. That's what he said. Something like that. I'm pretty sure it was like, if you learn how to sell, you'll always be okay. And I was like, well, I know how to fucking sell. How come I'm not okay? And so I was like, okay, maybe this guy has something to talk about, right? Maybe he has something interesting. So when I'm watching this video, I'm watching it from the frame of, I currently have a sales job, right? If you guys watched any of my videos in the past couple months, I do roofing sales. It's door to door, you knock on doors, do your pitch, and some people will buy, some people won't. And then from the ones who buy, like, some of the deals fall through and whatever. It's a grind. So in the past 3 months, I have gotten 62 deals, right? 62 people have agreed to sign a contract with me and like continue the process. So not like a fluke, you know what I mean, that I'm doing well. I have a ton of sales experience. However, my issue with this job now, and I mentioned this yesterday, but my issue with this job now is that because insurance companies are so backed up and because our company has so many deals coming in from all these new salespeople, the back office doesn't have the manpower to put the deals through in a timely fashion. Usually the lead time is 6 to 8 weeks from the day that you file the claim. Now it's looking to be about double that, which if this was a business that operated 365 days a year, that wouldn't necessarily be such a problem. But the issue is that the builds, like because of the weather here in Minneapolis, they stop building in the middle of November. So if we do a little bit of basic math, middle of November, let's say November 15th, you subtract 10 weeks, 12 weeks from that, that puts us pretty much at today, the beginning of September. So bottom line, any deals that I close from today are probably not going to get built this year. Even if they like go on the schedule or they like all the paperwork is streamlined and everything goes smoothly, there's no problems with the insurance company, there's a 50-50 chance that it's not going to get built until April. And it's like, okay, cool. Like I understand it's a problem. That's just how the business operates. But in the meantime, you know, it's September. If I don't get paid till April, what am I going to do in the wintertime? Well, I'm going to have to work. And my second best option is historically like going and traveling and doing shows, which I'm not crazy about. Like I don't particularly want to go do shows, but what I really don't want to do is go do shows and then come back to frozen ass Minneapolis and like trudge through the snow to be in my apartment for 3 days a week. That's like a lifestyle I definitely don't want. So as I'm watching this first episode of Hustlers University, that's kind of the frame that I'm coming from. And what is the first thing that he says? He's like, if you have a sales job or if you have sales experience, if you know how to sell, you'll be fine because you can always make money. And business is essentially sales. And the first whole, like, spoiler alert, the first entire video is all about cash flow. It's all about like, if you have cash flow coming in, your business is fine. I'll go into like a little bit more detail, but just to give you a bird's eye view, essentially his whole model is like, if you know how to sell, you can test business ideas quickly. And if you know how to sell, even if your idea is like shit, and even if you don't know how to do anything else in the business, you can still continue to sell and support the business by making more sales. And this is stuff that, as somebody with a sales background, like I already know this. This is not something that I didn't know. Like I worked for fucking Israelis, like selling shit out of a kiosk in the mall. Like what kind of business model is that? It's a complete joke. You stop people and bring them over and, you know, haggle with them to get them to pay $200 for some shit from China that costs $5. Not the best business model, right? It's just not. But those guys made bank. Like a bad month on a kiosk is 20 G's revenue. That's a bad month. That's like a slow month. That's like January after Christmas time is you do 20 G's in revenue. And you're like, want to fucking blow your brains out because it's so slow. So anyway, I understand the whole, I understand the value of being able to sell. Now, my problem historically is that I've always sold stuff that doesn't make that much money per sale. You know, if in a day, like if I sell a straightener, for example, for $100 or $150, that's still only $150. And I still had to spend 30 minutes with that customer or 15 minutes or 10 minutes with them to get them to buy it. And then I got to find another one. The thing that I like about this roofing stuff is that you get, you know, between 1,000 in some jobs, you know, you can make $10,000. But again, like I said, the problem is that you have to wait. Like you don't know when you're going to get paid. When I started doing this job, they told me, they're like, oh, if you go out and you knock for 5 hours a day, you'll make 6 figures this year. And we're all like, oh yeah, 6 figures. Yeah, that sounds so great. But what they didn't tell us is that, oh, well, we also have a lot of jobs this year, so it might not get built this year. It might get pushed to next year. And even if, you know, there's no problems with the jobs, our office is so backed up that because of the lag time, it also might not get built this year. But just go out and knock doors anyway. Like go out and like bring in new business. So anyway, as I was saying, I'm watching this video and I'm like, fuck man, he's right. Like, why don't I just sell my own shit for fucking $5,000? And I know how to sell. I know, like, if you think about it, okay, they say sales is a numbers game, which is true. If you call or knock on doors or freaking email or something, if you contact 50 to 100 people a day and you essentially ask them in one way or another to buy something from you, I promise you at the end of that week, one of them is going to buy. You could be the worst salesperson in the world. You could have the shittiest product in the world. You could like not, well, I guess you still have to speak English, but the point is that if you talk to 500 people, and I'm just picking 500 as a random number. It could be less, it could be more, but let's just say 500. Let's say you touch 500 people in a week. one of those people is going to be an easy customer who likes you and wants to give you a chance and likes what you're talking about and is like, you know what, let's try this guy out. Here's 5Gs. So like, I know this stuff, right? And I was watching this video yesterday and I was like, what the hell am I doing? Like, why am I out here grinding, driving around, knocking on these freaking doors, which to be fair is not that much of a grind. It's really not so bad. But why am I doing it? Why am I working in September to get paid in April? That's the kind of thing that just like stuck in my mind. I was like, oh, what the fuck am I doing? But anyway, yeah. So basically, so I'm watching this video, and what's the first thing that he says? He's like, all right, so this is him speaking. I'm not gonna do his, asshole voice, but just imagine I'm Andrew Tate. He's like, I'm going to teach you, like, skip college. College is a waste of time. You have to pay for college. There's no guarantee that you'll get a job afterwards. And he makes a very interesting point, which is that every year, more and more people have college degrees. So the value of a college degree goes down every year because every year, more and more people enter the workplace. And their major selling point is, I went to this school for 4 years and I got a degree. So please hire me. But meanwhile, there's literally millions of people that graduated the year before that have that same degree or an equivalent degree, and they're not getting hired either because they have no experience. So you can either pay for 4 years to go and get a degree, or you can go and like work for a month and be a better qualified candidate than the person who went to school for 4 years. And in fact, he talks about the first job that he had out of college, the first job that he had at 20 years old, or maybe not the first job, but one of the first, I guess, impactful job. So he said that his first sales job that he had required a college degree. And he's like, I went in there and I said, I don't need a degree. Hire me anyway. I'll work for free for a week. And if at the end of the week you don't want me working there anymore, you can fire me. And he said that his first month, he broke the monthly sales record, or he broke for the most sales in the month, something like that. He broke some record. And he made, as a 20-year-old, he made 3 big sales for $40,000 each, blah, blah, blah. After the whole commission worked out, he got 10%, I think. So he made $12,000 in his first month. And he's 20 years old. Like, imagine getting $12,000 at 20 years old. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I would do with that kind of money. Probably nothing good. So the point is that like he luckily early on got his feet wet and understood the value of sales. But most importantly, instead of having to go to school for 4 years to get a degree, to get that job, which is what the people who were hiring people wanted. They're like, you need a marketing degree to get this job, whatever. Instead of going for 4 years and paying $100,000 for a college degree, he went and worked for free for a week and got the job anyway and made $12,000, right? So he like cut his development time down by 4 years and put money in his pocket in the meantime. So, I mean, say what you want about the guy, but there's lessons to be learned from that story, especially if you're in your late teens or early 20s and you're considering going to college. It definitely makes the case for not going if you're just going to study some liberal arts freaking, and I was a philosophy major, so I'm talking shit about myself here. But like, if you're just going to study something that's not engineering or medicine or law or something where you legitimately need certain knowledge to get a job in that field, I mean, you might as well just go get a sales job anyway, work there for 6 months, and then you're kind of, I don't want to say you're set for life, but if you do know how to sell, then you can sell anything. Like, if I was smart, and I'm getting to this point, right? I am smart, but like if I had been operating my life in an intelligent fashion, what I would have done is I would have taken my sales skills and I would have sold something for $5,000-$10,000 and just like literally done the same exact work, but put all of the money in my pocket. Like, it's whether I'm like, think about it like this. Okay. I'm knocking on doors. You guys saw my vlogs from not too long ago. I write down how many doors I knock, and like this person says no, this person says yes. Some days I don't get shit. Some days I get 3. Some days I get 1. Some days I get 2. But the point is that I could knock those same doors and sell something else. And instead of having to wait fucking 6 months to get paid, I can get paid, that week or in 2 weeks or in a month and just sell something else, and it's not, it's not that hard. I don't know why I never made that connection in my head. I think a lot of people that have a background as a salesperson, they're looking for a system to kind of plug into where they can just sell something sell another company's product, and the fulfillment aspect is like already built into it. Like as a salesperson, all you need to do is just go out and sell. You just need to go close deals. Like that's what I've been doing. Just go knock doors. Well, I mean, it's more than that, but like essentially to bring in the new business, you just go, you knock the door, you do the inspection, you get the contract signed. And then after that, if it gets approved, then there's some other paperwork and other visits you need to make. But the hard part for bringing the business in is going out and prospecting and knocking the door or making the call or sending that email or whatever. That's the hard part. But if you're already going to do that hard part anyway, why wouldn't you just take an hour of your life and get like some basic ass website template put up with your name and your phone number? Like the basics. How many companies out there have you seen that charge a shitload of money and their website looks like some freaking Indian person designed it in 2004 and hasn't updated it since, but still they still charge a lot of money. And how many companies have you seen out there that have a slick website, but they're shit companies, and they're a lot of hair salons have like really nice websites, but it's a nasty ass hair salon. It's gross. You would never want to go there. Don't ask me why I know so much about hair salon websites. So that was the first thing that he said, right? That was like his first little story. Now the first lesson that he talks about, which I think is also very important. I don't want you guys to think that I'm like, anytime that I look at somebody who has a certain reputation, I always try to go into evaluating them with an open mind, right? I did this like with Tai Lopez. Well, I didn't really, maybe not Tai Lopez. I haven't really looked too much into Tai Lopez, but who did I do this with? Grant Cardone, right? I heard all this shit about Grant Cardone. I was like, immediately, like all the stuff that I heard about him, I was like, oh my God, what a scumbag. Like, it just made me like shiver and want to vomit in the corner. But I hadn't read any of his books. I hadn't watched any of his content. I just heard all these people talking about, oh, Grant Cardone said this and Grant Cardone said that. And I was like, fuck Grant Cardone. Like, this guy sounds like I don't want him near me, or what. I never want to hear or see him again. I hadn't even seen him. But then I started listening to his audiobooks and I was like, oh my God, this shit is amazing. Because I was like, all right, fuck it. I might as well see what all the fuss is about. And it was actually really good. So that's kind of where I'm coming from with this Andrew Tate thing as well. Although to be fair, like I had already seen his like how to start an OnlyFans business website. So anyway, disclaimer disclaimed. The first thing that he talks about, like the first lesson in business that he gives, is that speed is king, right? And that's not something that you hear a lot about when people are talking about, business advice or marketing advice. And really what he means about speed, he means speed of implementation, right? Speed of implementation is number one in business, because the sooner you implement something, the sooner you start, the sooner you implement that upsell that you're trying to do, or that additional, revenue stream, or whatever the case may be, the sooner you implement that, the sooner you can test it to see if it actually works. And if it works, that means the sooner that you'll actually benefit from whatever it is, the more money you'll make. And if you compound, like you multiply that by a month or a week or 2 weeks or 6 months or however long it takes you, eventually that's going to add up. So made me feel a little bit bad about all the time that I've wasted in my life, to be fair, but also made me, because like what do people say? A lot of people these days, they don't say speed of implementation. What they say is you need to take action, which, you know, if you want to get pedantic about the semantics of it, I think speed of implementation is a much better phrase to use to people that you're trying to influence, as opposed to take action. Take action is a little too vague, and also take action implies, at least if I just kind of think about it, it implies that you kind of just do one thing and then you get a gold star and you're done. Like, oh, I took action. Oh, I wrote down my list of things I need to do today. And I did a couple of them. There, I took action. Whereas speed of implementation implies that you have something that you need to do. You have an idea. You have this kind of like business idea, let's say. You need to implement that as soon as possible. That's at least what it means to me. Like, for example, when I was listening to this yesterday, you know, I had the gears turning in my head as I'm watching this video. And he's talking about, oh, speed of implementation, this and that. And he's like, oh, I talk to these people where, you know, they tell me one day I have this business idea. And then I talk to them a week later and I'm like, how's your business? And they're like, what business? Because they're slow. They don't implement, right? And that's like, what I got from that was that, okay, I have this idea, and I have tons of ideas, probably like most people. I have this idea of, let's say I want to, you know, one of the ideas I've been kicking around lately is I want to do the fitness coaching, right? I'm going to sell out and I'm going to fucking coach people in fitness. Well, instead of me just thinking like, oh, okay, like I could do it this way, I could do it that way. What about if instead I actually fucking work on it and try to implement some sort of coaching program with, you know, whatever that entails, but like set it up so that it's ready to sell, in other words, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, my problem over the years is that, you know, with all of this content that I'm creating, I haven't really tried to sell a single thing. Like, I really haven't. Maybe here and there I'll like have an affiliate link or something like that. And maybe here and there I'll like casually whisper like, hey, if you guys want my free PDF, like click the link. Periodically I've done stuff like that, but I'm not really like selling anything the way that I would try and sell the roof thing that I'm doing now, or like the hair straighteners that I would sell. Oh my God, I was merciless when I was selling the fucking hair straighteners. Like, God save your soul if you happen to cross by me in the mall, like after I'd had, you know, a couple sips of my energy drink on a Saturday morning. Like, you were about to give me $300 and there's nothing you can do about it. But I haven't sold anything that's associated, like that I've created with that level of intensity. And if I did, oh my God, man, I would fucking kill it, dude. I would absolutely kill it. Because I'm a good salesperson, believe it or not. Like, I'm actually pretty good. Like, who you see here on camera, I'm a different person when I'm trying to sell shit. Yeah. Anyway, so this shit got me like, it really got me going yesterday. So I'm watching this video and he's talking about speed of implementation, or really speed, how speed is king. And he tells this story, right? He continues the story about how, okay, so he was selling TV advertising, right? Is like what his, oh wait, hold on. I'm going to check the chat really quick. Let's see here. Been a long time since I seen you live. Jazz Dice. What's up, bro? Are you the Lebanese guy from Australia? Is that you? Hey, Stuart. I started marketing around 2017 during that crypto craze. I think I've showed you before, but I run a marketing, what does that say? And video production agency now. We've worked with Vayner, Nike, Amazon. Neither my partner nor I have any college. Oh, yeah, that's right. Spencer, that's right. Yalapapi. Yeah, Yalapapi. So I changed it. I don't know. I should probably change it back to Yalapapi. But like I did this, or I joined this program about branding, personal branding. And they're like, whatever your name is on social media has to be your first name and your last name. You can't have any like aliases or anything like that. So it's like, okay, let's try it. So now I'm Stuart Oden, even though all of the brand credibility that I built with Yalapapi, oh man, so many years down the drain. Anyway, let's see. So he's telling this story about how he had this job selling TV advertising, right? This is the job where he sold the big three, like where he broke the record and his first sales job, whatever. So his first month there, he started hanging out with the top salesperson, who was this like big black guy named Dan, how he describes him, right? And Dan had this idea. He's like, he's going to start his own company. He's going to start his own advertising company. And he went to Andrew and he's like, okay, I'm going to start my own advertising company and I'm going to make you a marketing director or something. You're going to be I think it was marketing director. So like the next month they started this marketing company and they went out and essentially did the same exact thing that they were doing at the company they were both working at, but they just kept all the money, right? And like the way that they did it, like their initial strategy was to not make a lot of money per deal, but to just get like a big list of clients coming in. They wanted like that initial book of business so that later on they could take the proof of all of the work that they had done for other clients and show that to bigger clients and then get those bigger clients. So that was a pretty good idea. And then eventually like the business fell apart because like Dan had a cocaine problem and, you know, Andrew went on vacation and shit just like hit the fan. Anyway, it was really bad. But the point that he makes about speed is that they were able, like they didn't have any money to start. And what they would do is they would close a deal and then use that money to like buy stuff for the business to like keep the business going. And then when they ran out of money, they would have to go close another deal. And so they were just kind of like running on, I don't want to say running on fumes, but like as soon as the money came in, they would spend it on something for the business. So they had to go close more deals. And that was just, they kind of just survived off of their skill and work ethic as salespeople, I guess you could say. It's probably the best way to describe it. So, oops. Yeah. Anyway, it's a pretty good course. I only watched that first video where he's talking about that kind of thing. And then another thing, I guess that's pretty interesting that he said, that's kind of common sense if you think about it, is that when you're first starting out, like don't spend a lot of money to get started. You know, just resist the urge to buy all of the shit that doesn't matter and see if you have proof of concept first. When you're starting out, see if you can sell anything. Like he broke it into two categories, right? In a business, you have things that make money and things that cost money, right? You want to get this part right. You want to get the things that make money right before you start spending money on like a laptop or like tax accountants or lawyers or getting incorporated or anything like that. Just because if you have the money thing right, if you have cash flow, if you have income, then it's less hard. Like then that's okay. You know what I mean? You can get the other shit right too. Let's see so I have a question for you, Spencer, if you're still in the chat. What is your company? Can I see what it is? Can I like look you up really quick? I started marketing around 2017 during that crypto craze. Marketing and video production agency. It's possible you showed me at some point. But what I want to do, I want to start a marketing agency, right? That's my that's my idea of the day. And here's why, right? Number one, I don't need to actually know how to do the marketing to be able to sell it. Number one, I don't know how to build a fucking roof. Like I don't know anything about building roofs. I know that you put the shingles on the roof and you have to nail them in somehow. And if the shingles are old that are on there, like you need to tear them off and throw them away. Other than that, I don't know shit about selling or about building a roof, but I could sell a roof. I could go knock on doors and I can get them to agree to let us build the roof. I don't know how to fucking sell it. You know, I don't know how to, when I was selling like all those hair straighteners, I mean, I guess I know how to do hair. I can do hair pretty well, but I didn't always know how to do hair. I don't know how to make a fucking hair straightener. Like I couldn't make one in my little garage lab if I had to. But I could sell that shit. I could pretend like I'm a hairstylist. I guess actually that's a little bit different because I with that I had to demonstrate a tool. And I actually had to know how to use the tool in order to demonstrate it. So that's a little bit different. And it would have been harder to sell if I didn't know how to do that. But the point is that if you like transport me to a company and you're like, okay, you need to sell this and here are your leads, I could probably figure out how to sell it, unless it's super technical and like, requires a lot of knowledge about, certain industry or something like that. But even if it did, dude, selling is not particularly hard, right? At least the way that I do it. Okay. When I first started selling, I was really bad, super shy, no verbal skills at all, hated arguing with people, hated getting rejected. So my idea of selling back in the day when I first started is like, I thought to myself, okay, how can I still sell something, but have it be a one-sided conversation? Like, how can I talk to a customer and have them only tell me yes? So I was like, okay, what if I just model infomercials? Because infomercials are one-sided. When you watch an infomercial, you can't like tell the infomercial no and like interrupt their pitch. They're just going to keep talking. It's like, and it does. And what does an infomercial sound like? It's like, have you ever thought about this? Well, then you should try this amazing product that we're selling. It does this and it solves your problem this way and it solves your problem that way. And it's so amazing. And if you call now, you also get this other thing for free. And if you call now, you also get this discount. So I modeled my pitch initially after infomercials, and that shit worked. Oh, fuck, who's texting me? And that shit worked like, dude, stop texting me, bro. Can you see I'm busy? So that shit actually worked, and it enabled me to sell without having to argue with people, which was great because I hated arguing. And it was a long time before I was able to like face my fear of having somebody tell me anything other than yes. But little did I know I was onto something by not wanting to have to argue with people. Although, to be fair, I did get to a point, or I did have periods where I kind of looked forward to hearing no, because I had all these little like phrases memorized where it would help me actually close the sale once they told me no. Like, for example, when I was doing the infomercial thing, when I would pitch somebody, I'd be like, okay, like the tool does this, this, and this. And if you get it right now, you get this for free. And it's also 20% off. What color do you want? That was my close. And if they answered that question, if they were like blue, I'd say, okay, great. Come over here into my office. I'd grab everything. I'd walk over there. I'd like look at my cash register and I'd say, do you want to pay cash or card? And at no point did they ever tell me that they wanted to buy it. I just assumed that they answered the question about what color they wanted, that they would buy it. But, and if they said, well, I don't know, actually, and I said, and so my drop down from that would be, okay, no problem. So what if we took away this free gift and we dropped the price by $20? Would you want it then? Okay, yeah, sure, that's fine. Right? All kinds of sales little tricks that you can do. But the biggest trick of all, I believe, after having done this for a long time, is to sell something really expensive where, like, what's a dream sales situation? Dream sales situation would be like this. Customer has a ton of money. Customer likes you. Customer already knows who you are. They want what you're selling. They're not going to argue with you. They're not cheap, and they won't give you a headache when you actually try to fulfill whatever it is you're supposed to do for them. Oh, and did I say that whatever you're selling has to be really expensive so that it's not a waste of time for you? Like, when I think about all the arguments that I had with customers over freaking $100, and by the way, the cheapest customers are the worst. No offense to any Indians who are watching this, but like, and I love Indian food, and Indian people, I guess, are okay. But in a sales situation, I won't even like entertain a conversation with an Indian person just because they have a million questions. They want to know everything about what you're selling. And then when you're done, and they'll waste an hour of your time talking to you. And then when the whole thing is said and done, whatever price you tell them is too expensive, and then they'll walk away and they'll come back and offer you like half price of whatever the lowest price you can sell it for is. So yeah, I'm not a fan of the Indian folk. No offense. It's like, can you say like no racist as like no homo? Like no racist, but I hate Indian people. I'm just kidding. I don't. Maybe a little bit. So yeah, that would be a dream sales situation. So anyway, marketing company. What I'm thinking, like I need something where I can grind, like I used to be so good with this kind of thing. Back in the like, Spencer, are you if you're even in this? No. Get Andrew Tate on your show. I'd be like, hey, Andrew Tate, you want to be on my show? My podcasts sometimes get like 50 views. I had like 5 people watching the other day. It was pretty good. Do you want to be on? No, I won't do that. But I was so impressed with, and like what really sold me on Andrew Tate is that he has a commission only sales background. That is what sold me on him. As soon as I heard that, I was like, okay, this guy's the real deal. Because anybody who's been through commission only sales, anybody who's been through the ringer, who has that experience of like hearing no, hearing 50 no's before he gets a yes, but having that yes be worth a lot of money. Anybody who can relate to that experience, I feel like we're on the same page. And I take whatever they have to say a lot more seriously once I know that about them. And that's what he's like. The difference with him is that he's just much faster to implement all of his ideas than other people. I mean, I don't implement shit, dude. Think about it. Like I've had this fucking YouTube channel for like, how long? Like seriously been uploading videos for like 4 years. I haven't sold shit. I could probably, if I had just like grabbed my balls and been like, okay, I'm going to sell, it was about fitness. Like I'm going to sell weight loss coaching, and I'm just going to do it. And like, I'm going to charge people thousands of dollars with a straight face. I'm going to make a program. I'm going to give people a name when they join the program. They're little poppy maniacs or whatever. And that's all there is to it. And I don't care if people say I'm a fucking fake guru or if my information's available for free online and they don't need to pay me $5,000 to lose 20 pounds. Do not care. If I had just done that and stuck with it, oh my God, I would not be fucking knocking on doors selling roofs right now. I can tell you that. I'd be in a much different situation. But I never implemented it. And even when because like I have courses, dude. I don't know how many I have at this point. I have one fitness course that's just fucking collecting dust in my ClickFunnels account. That shit has like fucking 60 videos in it. It's complete. It's got 6 sections. It's got a section on nutrition, a section on fasting, a section on exercise, theory, sample workouts, exercise demonstrations. It's got a whole section on like motivation, motivational podcasts to listen to while you're working out. Have you ever heard me talk about it? Probably not, because I never tried to sell it. Because I was like, well, I don't know. I just feel bad selling it. Like, am I really going to be that guy? But what I should have done is I just should have like fucking tried to sell it. You know what I mean? Like, who cares if people don't buy it? At least I would have tried. What a waste. But anyway, why do I want to do the marketing thing now? A couple of reasons. Number one, if you're going to sell, all right, here's my train of thought. Number one, people are broke, businesses have money. Okay. If you ask a random person, hey, do you feel like spending $5,000 on whatever, anything? It's going to sound like a lot of money to them. For a normal person, I don't care how much money you have, 5 G's is a lot of money. But businesses spend $5,000 on all kinds of stuff all the time. Businesses generate a lot of revenue. And a lot of that revenue is usually recycled back into the business or spent on marketing or spent on employees. So businesses are much more used to spending multiple thousands of dollars on things for the business. So number one, it's got to be B2B. All right, if I'm going to start a business, that shit has to be B2B. And that's one of the reasons why I've kind of been hesitant to starting like a fitness business, because that shit's not B2B. That's B2C. It's business to customer. Like, I guess you could try and sell B2B fitness training, but like, I don't know. I haven't actually thought about that. I'm not sure how that would work, because you would need to like, that would imply that like everybody at the company has an interest in fitness and would even want that or something. I don't know. I haven't thought about that, to be honest with you. All right. So it's got to be B2B is my thinking, right? And there's a lot of reasons for that. Number one, like I said, businesses have money while people are broke, businesses have money. Number two, I feel like it's more easily, not necessarily more easily scalable, but it's easier to sell. Like, okay, you want to know the truth? Here's the truth. Well, here's another reason. I don't know if it's the truth. I mean, it is the truth, but anyway, most business owners are men. And in my experience, selling to men is 100 times easier than selling to women. Even though most of my career was essentially selling to women in the beauty industry, that didn't make it, that doesn't mean that it was easy. Oh my God, fucking selling to women, dude. And which is kind of strange because women are usually much worse with money than men are. But I'll give you a scenario, right? Let's say I'm trying to sell something to a woman. Let's say I'm trying to sell her hair straightener. She's thinking in her head, do I need it? Do I like it? Do I want it? Oh, are people going to judge me if I buy this? Like, oh my God, it's one of these kiosk people. What if like I buy this and people think they scammed me? I'm going to look like a loser. I already have a hair straightener at home. Oh, I don't know. I don't really know about the color. They're thinking like all these things about what they should or shouldn't do. If it's a guy, he'll be like, oh, okay, how much is it? $150? Oh, can you throw in some shampoo for me? Come on, bro. Come on, you can throw it in. Okay, fine. All right, here you go. Here's my credit card. Selling to guys is just way easier. Guys are much quicker to make decisions than women, and they're also less likely to like give you problems after the sale. Not always, but most of the time. Some guys are a fucking pain in the ass too, but I would rather sell to men. Okay. So here we have two criteria. Number one, business owners, because businesses have a lot of money to spend on fucking whatever. Number two, people who own the businesses are men, and they're much quicker to make decisions than women most of the time. And number three, why marketing? Well, one thing that like, okay, so you can sell like, all right. So as I said already, businesses have money. Okay. So you can sell them all kinds of shit, right? You can sell them fucking whatever, vending machines for their office or, office chairs or like whatever. It's anything that an office has, you can sell it to them. Anything that a business needs, you can sell it to them. Why marketing? Every single business wants to make more money. And I believe that when you try to sell marketing to a business, it's the easiest sale to make because you're not like, there's no business out there who's going to say, no, we don't want any more customers. I mean, okay, fine. I guess Disney doesn't want any more customers. Disney has too many people going to their parks. Fine. Other than Disney, other than like the biggest company in the world, every other business, every fucking restaurant wants more people eating at the restaurant. Every dry cleaners wants more people going to the dry cleaners, dropping off their clothes. Every fucking apartment building wants more people to rent their apartments. Every real estate agent wants more listings or people to buy houses or sell houses or whatever the fuck they do. Every business wants more customers. And what does marketing do? Marketing gets you more customers. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's an easy one. Now, in addition to that, why marketing? Well, when you sell digital marketing, usually digital marketing most of the time requires third-party software that needs to be used in order for whatever strategy it is to work. For example, let's say part of your marketing package that you sell to customers is email marketing, right? An email drip sequence or something like that, where for every day, you're going to send an email on the company's behalf talking about the company or talking about some sale or some promotion or what the owner had for breakfast or whatever it is. In order to do that, you need to sign up for an email marketing service that costs a certain amount of money. Now, are you going to do it as the marketing agency? Are you going to do it from your account? No, you're going to want the customer to sign up for their own account, and you have them do that through one of your affiliate links. So that's like an additional stream of revenue that you can do from all these different, and dude, there's so many. Like, you know, what do you have? You have fucking Aweber for market or for email marketing. You know, you can set them up with ClickFunnels for fucking building funnels, or some ClickFunnels alternative, you know, where they're like building, I guess if you don't know what a funnel is, it's like a series of series of web pages, I guess, that where you want the customer to take a specific action. Like, you've seen these before, even if you don't know what I'm talking about, where the first page is like, oh, you know, give us your email address and we'll send you this PDF. And then on the next page, it's like, okay, you got the PDF. Now for $10, like, get the super PDF or something. And then it just like goes and goes and goes until eventually, you know, continue to upsell them essentially until you're at the biggest level of whatever your upsell is. And this is like the new, I guess it's not new anymore, but it's like the hot thing in marketing is like building a funnel, because it's a way to maximize the amount of revenue that you get per customer, right? So like, instead of just getting them to fill out their email address and then sending them fucking emails, if when they fill out their email address, you offer them the opportunity to buy all this shit in a sequential, you know, in sequential order, they might buy that shit, you know? So why not? Why not give it a shot? All you have to do is build the funnel, and there's like all these fucking special things that you're supposed to do to build it, and there's all this wording and copywriting and principles and shit. But that's what they pay you for. Oh, my fucking nose itches. So the reasons to start a marketing company: number one, it's business to business. Businesses have money. People are broke. Number two, businesses are usually run by men, and men are quicker to make decisions than women and will give you less headache after the decision is made. They're just easier customers to deal with. And number three, when you sell marketing, every business wants more customers. So it's not like you're trying to sell something that requires too much explanation. It's not hard for them to understand like why they're on the phone with you. It's like, hey bro, what's up? Hey, this is Stuart from Super Marketing Agency. I can get you 10 new customers for your chiropractor clinic by the end of the month. Are you interested about hearing more? Yes? Okay, great. Here's what we do. Blah, 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 blah. You know? No? Okay, great. Have a nice day. Boom. Click. Done. And then the fourth one is that if they do decide to sign up, in addition to any fees that they agree to pay you, you know, you can also get a bunch of like affiliate income from getting them to sign up for various software that you need to run their marketing strategy, you know, as part of the deal. So it's an extra like couple $100 a month per customer. Sounds pretty good, right? I'm fucking sold myself on it. So yeah, I was like, I worked it out today when I was at the gym. One of the things that Andrew Tate says to do, he's like, I forget what lesson this is, but he's like, write down a list of everything you have, right? And I'm not personal possessions. It's like, that's not what he's talking about. He's like, you have, you know, are you in good shape? Okay, write that down. Do you have certain knowledge about this? Okay, write that down. Do you have a laptop? Write that down. For him, he's like, this is how I thought of how I like got the webcam business going. Because at the time, so he says, apparently he had 6 girlfriends. So that's a little uncommon for a guy to have 6 girlfriends at the same time. So he's thinking, okay, how can I make money from these girls? He's like, well, okay, strip club. But the problem, and this goes back to another one of his rules, the problem is that in order to open a strip club, you need to have the actual physical location of the strip club. And he's like, well, that would cost money. And the other rule that he talks about is that you want to make money first without spending any money. So he's not going to violate that principle by renting out a big venue for a strip club and setting up the strip club and like putting all the girls to work before he gets any money coming in. So that's where he got the whole idea for the cam girl thing, which is pretty smart if you think about it. Like, you can hate on this guy all you want, but the dude is very fucking smart. Like, you don't get to be that successful, even if like, okay, even if he just scammed everybody, even if he was like, he's just been scamming people this whole year, like all these years, you got to be really fucking good at scamming people to make that much money in so many years consistently. Definitely something to be learned. Oops. So, let me check the chat really quick. Do you believe we should pray? What does that say? We should pray to the apostrophe and aspire to become mindless astronauts? What is the apostrophe? I'm going to need some clarification on that. I'm not sure what that is. The apostrophe? Oh, is that like God? Is that what you're saying? Should we pray to, what was that? Aspire to be mindless astronauts? I don't know. Is that a drug thing? I'm not really sure what you're asking me, bro. I don't get it. Might need some clarification on that if you're still if you're still watching. I'll check the chat in like 10 minutes. So, let's see. So, yeah. So here's my plan. I don't think, so basically my lease is up here in 60 days. I have 60 days to get some kind of money coming in, right? Like, because I'll probably make, let's see, I have 12 jobs that are scheduled to be built this year so far. I have another 10 that like I've gotten pretty much all of the paperwork in, but they're held up for some reason on the office's end, right? Like all the paperwork is in, everything's ready to go, but for some reason it's held up and there's nothing else that I can do about it. And then there's like another 10 jobs that there's something I have to do. Like I either need to go get a paper signed or I'm waiting for the customer to get back to me on something. So like 12 jobs that are scheduled to be built, 10 jobs where like some of them might get built, but maybe because it's out of my hands kind of thing. And then another 10 that like aren't even at this level where it's like, I still need to do shit to get them to the point where maybe they could get built. So like, let's be realistic here. We'll say, I don't know. Oh shit, my computer's running low on storage. Excuse me. Let's see how much. Oh shit, it's definitely running low on storage. Can I delete really quick? Sorry, technical difficulties, everybody. Let me see here. Put that in there. Okay, cool. So let's say that half of the jobs get built. Like, so there's 12 that'll get built. Let's say half of the other 10 that are like should get built will get built this year. That's 17 jobs. And let's say that we'll lowball it, right? Let's say I only make $1,500 per build, right? It'll be more than that, but like, let's lowball it anyway. So 17 times 1,500 is 40 grand. Oh God, if I had 40 grand in my bank account in December, oh my God, I would do a dance of joy. Oh God, that would be so nice. I would give you all a hug this big, but yeah, I don't know if that'll actually happen. Oh my God, but that would be so nice. Wow. Yeah. So, why was I even thinking about this? I don't remember. Anyway, I have 60 days. I want to do this like 60 days to make a certain amount of money goal kind of thing for myself. And my strategy, so most of you don't know this, I actually have another YouTube channel with like 1,000 subscribers about digital marketing that I haven't uploaded to in years probably, but back when I was really into digital marketing and making money online and all that shit, I would upload videos there, usually doing like certain software reviews. Like if any of you know about PyGumbot, like I have probably the best tutorials on PyGumbot on the internet right now. And every once in a while, I'll get like a little bit of affiliate income from that. So I'm thinking, okay, so the thing that Andrew Tate said, he's like, all right, write down all the stuff you have. Like you have, oh wait, let me delete this really quick before I get too into my conversation here. Okay, well, just empty the recycle bin. I have to delete a 12 gig fucking file. Yes, delete. Excellent. Okay, so he's like, write down everything you have. So I'm writing down, because like I have all these digital assets that I just don't fucking use. That like I would write this, lead magnet and never use it. Like, okay, I'm gonna write this lead magnet. It's gonna help me get all these customers for this, and then it's like literally just sitting there gathering dust. So so I'm writing down all this shit. I'm like, okay, I have this lead magnet. I have this fucking YouTube channel. And I'm starting to like put this shit together in my head, because not only do I have the other YouTube channel for digital marketing, but I have an Instagram account that I don't use anymore that has 55,000 subscribers or followers on it. That's all about like investing and making money online, right? I think the two are kind of closely related. It's mainly about like, what is it? Like financial, like managing your money, I guess. But a lot of that is like business related. And some of it is like, oh, invest in dividend stocks. Warren Buffett said this, whatever. Elon Musk said that. So a lot of it is like entrepreneurship based. And I'm thinking like, okay, if I can make content on the YouTube channel, I can put it on the other Instagram account. What else did I have? I can do the digital marketing agency also. What else did I have? I don't remember. All right, I'm going to check the chat one more time. 40K in my bank account would change my whole life. Yes, it would. It certainly would. 12 gigabyte file. Damn. Yeah. So that was, I did a podcast yesterday, and I increased the quality of the export because I've been cutting up some of these podcast clips and putting them on social media like Instagram and fucking TikTok and shit. But I've noticed that the video quality is really bad because I'm going to try and show you this without fucking knocking over my camera setup. I was using this little webcam thing. Webcam. It's called webcam, right? Yeah, I've been using this little webcam, and it's a piece of shit. Like, it's fucking hot garbage, this thing. $50, just trash. And so now I hooked up my iPhone to like feed the video into OBS, which is the streaming software that I use. And on top of that, I increased the quality of the video export. Because like, if you've never streamed before, basically what happens is it records you, like it records you as it's streaming. And then when you stop the stream, it stops recording as well. And it exports this like big fucking video file. And if you have let's say you record it at a certain quality, if the export is of a lower quality, if the settings are lower, then the end video file, I guess, is going to look like shit. So anyway, yeah, like a normal file like that would probably, if I was doing it the way that I usually do it, it'd probably only be like half a gig, maybe a gig or two. But I decided to increase the quality. But the problem is that I'm like running out of space on my little laptop. I have an HDD drive also. It has 2 hard drives, this thing. But even that's like running out of space. I've got like 200 free gigs left on there maybe. Anyway, so I'm just thinking out loud. So I have a question for the like 6 people who are watching this. Yeah, 6 people. How about that? Damn, breaking records today. Should I, because here's my dilemma with creating content on YouTube. I have this channel that you're watching right now. This channel is like my baby. It's like I go to bed at night with like the name of the YouTube channel on a pillow, and I like hold the pillow at night and just cuddle it and just say, someday you're going to be a big, strong YouTube channel. No, not really. But I put a lot of work into this YouTube channel, and I don't want to just let it die. You know, I don't want to just not upload anymore to this channel just because I have this other channel for digital marketing. What should I do? Should I just upload to the other channel and fucking put this one on pause for a little bit? Because my main priority is like getting money in the fucking bank. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people subscribe to this channel because of the fucking snake diet or Phenibut or like, I don't know, some fucking vlog that I made in Tel Aviv or something, like all of the, or Stephanie Buttermore, Jesus Christ, taking me back. And so, you know, you could make the argument that if I turn this into like a digital marketing podcast or something, that, that's a great idea though, actually, digital marketing podcast. Because those guys are so easy to get on the fucking podcast, dude. They will, and they have no life at all. They'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, you want to do a podcast right now? Well, I'm just sitting on my fucking computer anyway, because that's all I do. Sure, let's do it. That's a good idea. Should I make a digital marketing? Should I just turn this channel into a digital marketing channel? Should I just make this? Because, like, let's be honest, I don't really have a direction for the podcast. Like, at first, I was like, oh, it'll be about dating and pickup. And then it's like, well, I don't really know enough about that to make a podcast about that, to be honest. Like, I don't know, a little sparse. But the cool thing about digital marketing is that, like, that shit is fucking deep, bro. It's wide and deep, like your mom, you know? Just kidding. But, like, there's a lot that you can talk about with digital marketing. You can talk about SEO, you can talk about Facebook, you can talk about TikTok, Google ads, fucking door-to-door sales. Like, well, I guess that's not digital marketing, to be fair, but there's a lot you can talk about. You can have all kinds of fucking people on, and they all want to be on. So, fuck. And not only that, one of the advantages of, let's say, doing a digital marketing podcast that you might not have with, you know, fitness or dating, is that if you have a digital marketing expert on the podcast, then they're probably going to promote the podcast to their list. They're like, oh, go check out this podcast that I was on. I was talking about fucking blah, 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 all this shit. So amazing. So that's free exposure for you, or me in this case. Yeah, I'm kind of excited about this, to be honest with you. Like, what I believe, when I first started doing the cryptocurrency marketing back in 2018, the reason I got so much success so quickly, I mean, number one was the crypto boom for sure. It was like fucking J-curve. That was part of it. But another one is that I read, like, I just moved to Thailand, and I think I Googled, how do I make a lot of money this month or something like that. One of these like fucking Pakistani tier Google questions. And I was like, all right, how do I make a lot of money this month? And one of there was a Quora link that popped up, and I read the answer to the question, and the dude was like, I guarantee you, if you email 50 business owners per day and you like offer to sell them something, I promise you that at the end of the month, after you've emailed 1,500 people, some of them are going to have said yes to you. Like, you're going to have some customers. And I was like, well, that actually sounds like it might be legit. Let me try that. So what I would do is I would email these ICOs, cryptocurrency startups, or blockchain startups, I guess. I would email 50 of them per day. And over time, as I would continue to email them, like, my email got more and more refined to the point where when I would send it out, I knew that at least some people were going to respond. And that's how I started getting my customers. And then, you know, changed my LinkedIn. And to be fair, like I said, a lot of it was because of the crypto boom. Probably wouldn't have made all that money if, Bitcoin wasn't fucking $40,000 or whatever it was at the time. But somehow along the line, I just lost sight of that. I just kind of, I don't know. I think the trap that a lot of people fall into is that they think that creating organic content It's a long game for sure, but they think that creating organic content will eventually give them the same level of deal flow as cold outreach, where I think that there's really no substitute for doing massive amounts of cold outreach 7 days a week. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't be, if you're trying to get customers, there's no reason why you shouldn't be working 7 days a week. And I'm not saying you need to do cold outreach for like 6 hours or anything. Just do a couple hours a day, right? Whether that's knocking on doors or making phone calls or sending emails. Sending emails is pretty easy. Or contact form marketing, like filling out the contact form on the website. That's also a pretty good way to do it. There's no reason for you not to do that. Think about it like this. If 1,000 people per month read some kind of correspondence from you and you offer to give them something that they theoretically could want, like more customers, you're going to get some people who respond, and some of those people are going to sign up with you. I mean, assuming you're not too cost prohibitive. All right. Let's check. Yes, turn the channel into whatever money-making business you want because it has more subs. Or turn this channel into it. Yeah, you might be right. I might just do that. Fuck it. Oh, Spencer. Wait, what is this? Oh, wait. Okay. Do you believe running is better than eating or sleeping? Bro, what's up with these questions? Are you trolling me? Let's see. If I had to rank running, eating, and sleeping, well, I like all three, to be honest with you. I'm a fan of eating. I enjoy eating. I like putting the food in my mouth and chewing and also swallowing. It's one of my favorite pastimes. Running can be fun. Like, I used to hate running. I was one of these people who talked a lot of shit about running. And then when I moved to Thailand the first time, all of the, part of the training was to run. So I was like, fuck, I guess I have to run. So what I would do is I would run to the gym. It's like 3 kilometers. I don't know what that is in miles. Fucking a mile and a half or something. So I'd run to the gym. I'd go do my workout, and then I'd run back. And I noticed, all of that running, bro, I got so lean. I was looking damn fine. Because that's the thing is, it's good to be big for sure. If you've got a lot of muscle and you're like a large fellow, that can get you a lot of looks for sure. But if you're lean, man, nothing compares to being lean. Lean is the new big. I think that was from the Jersey Shore. Oh my God. I definitely need a new chair for my podcast. My podcasting chair. Don't look at that garbage in the back, by the way. That was, I don't know. I can't think of a good excuse. But yeah, I think my problem is that I have shiny object syndrome pretty bad. Excuse me. But I think now that I'm gonna I don't want to, I mean, if I knew that I was going to get 40 grand, to tell you the truth, let's say that I knew 100% that I'd have 40 G's in my bank account in December, I would go knock doors. I would go knock doors for these next 2 months. Cause that's enough to get me through the winter. That's enough for me to spend 3 months in Thailand and just chill. And fucking work on whatever the fuck I want to work on. And so I wouldn't care. I'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to get 40 G's in December. I'll go fucking knock doors now for 2 more months. Who gives a shit? But I can't get a straight answer out of the people in the company as far as how many of those jobs are actually going to get built. So I'm kind of over it. I don't want to take the chance. I'd rather fucking cold call businesses and try and talk them into letting me sign them up as digital marketing customers. What kind of digital marketing? I have no idea. Getting more customers. Hey, what's up? I'm going to help you get more customers. Are you interested? Well, how are you going to do that? Oh, we've got our ways. We're going to design a custom solution for you based on the needs of your business. Do you have a minute to talk about your current marketing plan? I don't know. I'll work on the pitch a little bit. But I need something to dig my teeth into. You know what I mean? I need something substantial. I need to just put my head down and be like, this is what I'm going to do. No more shiny object syndrome. I'm going to do this for the next 60 days. Here are my goals. Here are the metrics that I'm going to judge those goals by. Here is the amount of effort I'm going to put in to those goals, both in terms of time and also KPIs like how many people have I called today? How many conversations did I have today? How many good leads did I get? How many people did I sign up today? I need to get on it with that level of intensity. Because once you're on it with that level of intensity, you literally just have to make sure that you're putting enough effort in to reach whatever arbitrary number you've decided on for like effort level. And it's going to work, you know. That's how I managed to do so well with this roofing shit. Cuz like I really don't have like a developed pitch for roofing. It's literally like, hey, I'm from Minnesota Restoration. I'm here to look at your roof. Can I go up there? You know, it's a little bit more flowery than that, but not much. And the people that are interested, they're like, okay, yeah, sure, no problem. And the ones who aren't. And it's enough that if I knock 50 doors and I get one of those, that one could be worth, you know, $1,000, $2,000. And I feel like it's the same for anything, really. You know, there's obviously things that you can do to increase your chances. Like if you have a mustache. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think my mustache hurt me at all. Although I didn't close a lot of deals when I did have a mustache. I mean, I guess I closed the same amount of deals now that I think about it. I don't know. I also, you know what I really want to do? What would be good is if I started waking up at 5 a.m. again. That would be good. That's kind of tough. I don't know. I was going to say it's going to be tough to do that and go knock doors also and go to the gym and like fucking schedule podcasts and shit. Because if I did wake up at 5 a.m., what I would do is I would do the podcasts first thing in the morning. That's what I would do. Because that, at least that way, I would know that I would do it every single day. Like wake up at 5 a.m., say whatever the fuck I'm going to say for 2 hours, talk about whatever I want to talk about, like set my goals for the day. Because at least that way it would be every day at the same time. And then that way when people wake up in the morning, they know that like if they like that content, like if that content appeals to them, they've got 2 hours of it to listen to already. Like it's guaranteed. So I feel like a big problem, or not really a problem, because I don't really consume a lot of different like content of different variety. Like I have like a couple content creators that I like, and like I just consume their shit. Like I usually don't try new things for consuming content because I don't want to go down the whole rabbit hole of like, oh, well, what about this person? What about that person? Like I don't have time for that shit. But if people like what I talk about, then they'll know that every day I'm up at fucking 5 a.m. and by 8 a.m. there's like a 2-hour podcast for them to listen to. If it's about a topic they're interested in, they're going to fucking listen to that shit, right? That's possible, theoretically, isn't it? All right. Yeah. I mean, what am I doing here? Yeah, so here's the plan. Wake up at 5 a.m., digital marketing podcasts for 2 hours. Well, you know, I say wake up at 5 a.m., but like maybe it's 5:15, maybe it's 5:30. Start the digital marketing podcast at 6 o'clock. Do from 6 to 8. Let's say 2 hours, just fucking freestyle off the cuff. Mainly digital marketing, but like maybe some other stuff thrown in there here and there. 8 o'clock, go to the gym, work out. Come back like 10 o'clock, get on the phone, bang out a couple hours of phone calls, cold calling businesses, trying to get them to sign up for some digital marketing shit. Let's say 4 o'clock, well, 3, 4 o'clock, whatever, depending on how the day goes. Well, actually, maybe I should do a certain number of calls. Let's say 150 calls. Okay, 150 calls, 50 emails. 3:00, start editing the podcast into some reels, post the reels or schedule the reels on the Cash Flow God. Oh, I didn't tell you that's what it was. Yeah. Anyway, on the Instagram for entrepreneurship or whatever. And then what else do I need to do? I need to like write this down a little bit more, figure it out a little bit more. But I think I definitely have something here in the works for sure. Not sure what, but something. I mean, I was thinking about it, I was like, what else could I do? Like, I just feel like business to business is such an easy win. Like selling marketing services to businesses on how to get more customers, that's such an easy win. Because even if businesses have been burned in the past, like they're still going to try a new company. You know, even if they have a company that they're working with that they like, they might try a new one because whatever, the guy might not be getting back to them soon enough or some fucking reason. I don't know, but all businesses want that. And I've had this idea for a long time, but what stopped me was the fulfillment. I was like, well, I don't really know how to do that. I don't really know how to do Facebook ads. I don't really know. I mean, I've made funnels before, but I don't really know how to make them. And I don't know if they work. Like I've made them. I have the funnel all set up. I have the lead magnet. I don't know if it's a good lead magnet because I never tried giving it away. But they don't fucking know that. They don't know that shit. They don't know I don't know what I'm doing. And I promise you, if they hire me, I probably know what I'm doing more than they do. So, as long as I can sell the deal, that's really all that matters. And that's just a numbers game. Like, I'm sure I can sell one a week. I'm sure I could sell one a week if I grind all day. I'm so sure I could sell one a week. Like, I could be the dumbest freaking person in the world and sell one a week. If I do 150 calls a day, what is that? Times 7. Well, let's say times 5. Let's say I only work 5 days a week. 750 calls a week, 250 emails a week. That's 1,000 touches a week. One of those people is going to fucking say yes. I don't care like how bad I am. And I'm pretty slick. I'm pretty smooth. I know how to talk the talk. The trick, by the way, to business selling is that it's not a hard sell, right? At least in my experience. When I started doing, because I've done business to business before, back in the day, my friend and I, we ran a Google AdWords marketing agency. I didn't do much of the ad tweaking or campaign stuff, a little bit. He taught me some. But when you're selling advertising services, what I found to be most helpful when talking to a customer is not trying to pitch them on like how amazing we were and like how we're going to help them make so much more money. What I did is I just asked them a bunch of questions about their business. And then I let them ask me whatever questions they had. And then I was just basically like, yeah, well, if you want to sign up, the link's on the website, just let me know. And fucking people started signing up. It was crazy. Occasionally in the beginning, what I would do is I would do like the hard sell, where I'd be like, yeah, and if you sign up, you get this and this and this. And I'll tell you, if you do it right now, we'll give you 25% off. But that always led to low quality customers, like just customers with bad businesses who shouldn't have signed up anyway, who like I knew we wouldn't be able to help them. And then they'd go for 3 months. And after 3 months, they'd be pissed that like our shit didn't work and they threw money down the drain. It just wasn't good. The easier customers are always the ones who just sign up without a lot of convincing, just because they like the vibe that they get from you over the phone, which doesn't really make any sense. I mean, you would think that when people are spending that much money on something where, they want to be shown a concrete, tangible benefit for the work that you've put in, like something, a measured result, that they would probably do a little bit more due diligence before signing up with you, but they definitely did not. Definitely did not. Because to be fair, we didn't have a lot of customers that stayed on for a long time. Like the lifespan of our customers was like maybe we'd keep them. I think like an ancient customer for us would be 5 months. If we had a customer for 5 months, oh my God, it was like fucking family at that point. Usually 2-3 months and then they quit. which is one of the reasons why I couldn't do it anymore, because it was so stressful. We'd have to spend all this money to get these customers, and then they just fall off after a couple months. And it's like, where's the growth? You know, there was no growth. We were just treading water. By the way, Spencer, if you're still in here, I have a question for you. What do you do? You said you have a video production company. Like, what does that mean? Because I know that's one of the things that Ty Lopez says to do, is he says, like, he basically says the same thing. He's like, businesses have money. Figure out something that you can charge business $1,000 a month for and go and get 10 customers. Something like that. I think he said at least $1,000 a month. So when you say you do video production, are you talking about like video ads? Like you make video ads for them? Or you create organic content for them? Are you doing reels? Are you like going and shooting commercials on location with them at their fucking office or something? I would be interested in what that actually means. I think for me, let's say I'm trying to think about the easiest way, the most low friction way to get new customers. Like, let's say that I start calling people out of the phone book, whatever, and I'm asking them if they are interested. You know, I'm a marketing agency. Are you interested? Like, how can I get you some, or fuck, I can't even think. I'm a marketing agency. Are you interested in getting new customers? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. How are you going to do it? All right. Well, we have a bunch of different strategies, but fastest strategy, first thing I'm thinking is either Facebook or Google ads. Google ads are good because it's search based. People type in like, I don't know, fucking car repair Indiana, like your shit's going to show up, or car repair Indianapolis or whatever it is. Okay, that's an easy one. Another one could be Facebook ads. That's also an easy one. You can target people based on demographic, on location, zip code, you know, that kind of thing. What would be another way of getting people customers? Oh, I guess email marketing. That's another thing that I've always wanted to do, because I am like, one of my hidden talents is that I can type 100 words per minute, 90 to 100 words per minute. I'm an ace typist. Like, I don't look at my fingers. Like, I know how to type really fast with very low error rate and good punctuation. So I was always thinking, I was like, I could do these drip campaigns. I can write an email a day for fucking all these companies and, you know, talk about sales or promotions or whatever. Why not do the email marketing company? That's another avenue that I thought would be very good. Because it's like, I don't want to say it's low effort. Well, that's technically not getting new customers now that I think about it. That's nurturing old customers, where in order to do that, somebody would already need a list. So it's like, if it's an existing business with a list of, you know, 5,000 people or whatever it is, that would be a good service to offer. But maybe that would be like an add-on service. I think, like, what I'm thinking, and I'm just thinking out loud here because I just came up with this idea today while I was at the gym. But what I'm thinking is create a funnel for the customer, push traffic to the funnel through, you know, some kind of paid ads, Facebook marketing, let's say. Get them into the funnel with a lead magnet, and then nurture them with email marketing. That's like a thing still, right? People still do that shit, don't they? And then worst case scenario, I can just fucking farm the work out to somebody who actually knows what they're doing and pay them a certain amount. And then I could just focus on closing the deals. Oh God, that would be so nice. I just need to figure out what kind of customers to go after. Like, who would be the best demographic? Because in a perfect world, you would be able to niche down deeply enough so that you're like the guy who does the chiropractor marketing, or like you're the guy who does the marketing for, you know, I don't know, fucking whatever, retirement homes or something like that. Or you're the guy, or funeral home, whatever. But yeah, I just don't know who to go after. I feel like, so what do they say in marketing is like, you want to, if you're going to offer paid ads as a service, your ideal customer has a very high average sale, right? You don't want to offer paid ads to somebody who's only going to make $100 per sale or $500 per sale. You want somebody who, when they get a new customer, they're making 2, 3, 4, 5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand. Because for them, they're not going to care to pay you $5,000 a month or $3,000 a month to run their marketing campaign, because every time you get them a new customer, they make that back. It's enough that you get them one new customer a month, they've already made their money back. Well, I mean, plus the ads and everything like that. So like, I just have to think, like, who are these people? What are these businesses that actually make that kind of money? Maybe I could look on Groupon and do some research. Plastic surgeons, fucking, I don't know, chiropractors, doctors, dentists, that kind of thing. But I feel like that kind of marketing is already, it's a little, not played out, but like, I feel like chiropractors get hit up all the time. All the time. They're always getting bombed by marketers who are like, I can get you 20 new patients this month. Just give me $5,000. That would be good to know. Might have to do some research there. Oh, man. Yeah. So anyway, nothing to it but to do it, as they say. I am going to, okay. What was I thinking about? It was like marketing agency, do the podcast in the morning, cold call people, send out the emails. It's just like, it's like coming together in my brain. It's not fully formulated, but I just want it to be streamlined. Like that's what I would love for myself, is to have like all of the stuff that I'm working on just be completely streamlined, where I don't have the fitness YouTube channel and this fucking digital marketing YouTube channel and like this Instagram and that Instagram and like all these different things that I need to do. It's like, give me one Instagram account, give me one YouTube channel, give me fucking one course initially, one niche, I guess, with a lot of products to sell or lead magnets or whatever. Give me like one topic to fucking smash the button on nonstop, so that people know me as like that guy, quote unquote. That is the plan, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, the good thing about if I start talking more about digital marketing is that those guys are so easy to get on a fucking podcast, and they'll love to talk. Oh my God. They all want to promote whatever they're fucking selling. I actually recorded, the first podcast that I recorded was with a guy who was a marketer before I did the one about dating. I didn't upload it, but I will upload it after I upload this. I didn't upload it because like, I don't know. I just kind of got this vibe like he wanted to sell his shit. And I was like, I mean, I get it. Like the dude wants to fucking push his affiliate link for whatever he's fucking selling. But like, I don't want that vibe to come across. You know, like I understand, bro. You're promoting a product, you want to sell it, like you want to get exposure out there for what you're doing. But that's not what this is for. Like, let's just talk, you know, let's just chat about how it works. Not how your shit you're selling works, but like how digital marketing works. Like, give us some tips, you know, give us some good strategy. Oh, but the good strategy is this thing that I'm selling. It's so good for this and good for that. I'm like, come on, bro, give me a break. All right. I wore myself out. I'm going to end it right here. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, hit me up. Let me know what you think about stuff. Give me some feedback. I always want to see it. Peace.